Good morning, welcome back. My name's Kirsten. I buy and sell vintage, antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything that I think that I can sell online or in antique centres to make a bit of profit, which means that I can stay at home, working from home, looking after our little doggies and enjoying being warm in January. It is about 7:30 and I have got a list today, so I really need to crack on. But I thought I would go over the last couple of days. In my last video, if you watched it, if you haven't, why not? Yeah, in my last video, I was on a high. And when I watched it back, I was like, bloody hell, you're a bit hyper, woman. I felt on a high and I was hyper and I was getting on and I got loads done. Inevitably comes the crash, doesn't it? So a bit of a migraine. I don't know which way around it is. Do I get a high because my body knows a migraine's coming and it needs to get more done? Or do I have a migraine because I've had a high? I don't know. But anyway, it happened. Anyway, yesterday was a day that we've been not looking forward to for a few weeks. So we had nothing really planned yesterday. It was Dave's trip to the vets for his general anaesthetic. He was having his teeth looked at and his claws cut. If you're new here, Dave is a rescue dog. He's joined our pack approximately 4 weeks ago. And we took him from the rescue centre quite quickly because they didn't want him to be in the rescue centre too long. He's an older dog, he's about 12. But he had some issues that needed sorting out. So yesterday he went to the vets to have his teeth looked at and his claws done. His claws have been done and they ended up taking 12 teeth out. 12, can you imagine? The vet said that basically the huge build-up of plaque was just holding the teeth in place, and that once they took the plaque away, they could see there was a lot of rotten teeth, so they've had to take 12 teeth out. And the lady, Rosemary, phoned me from the rescue centre last night just to ask us how it had gone. And when I said that he'd had 12 teeth out, she was like, oh, blimey, hope he's okay. So he's not had any stitches because the vet said that they prefer to leave them open so that, because his infections and stuff, his teeth were infected, to let everything sort of drain out, and that he's got antibiotics that we've got for him, and we've also got painkillers. So yeah, he went in at about 10 o'clock in the morning and we picked him up at 2:30. And we were just really, really stressed, to be honest, but he seems all right. He doesn't seem too phased. A bit drowsy, which obviously, and Darren actually slept on the sofa last night so that he could be with him all night, because that's what soft touches we are. And he said he slept solidly virtually all night. The only time he woke up was when Darren moved and woke him up. And when he got up this morning, he was running around like he always does. He wanted his food. We were told to give him just soft food, so we've done that. But he did get hold of a bit of Jenny's hard food and he ate that and he didn't seem bothered at all. So I'm wondering if he had these bad teeth that were giving him pain constantly. He's just built up a huge pain tolerance, I don't know. But he's a tough little cookie, that's for sure. On my list of jobs today, I've got quite a few orders to pack. I've got 4 website orders, so thank you to Lisa, Linda, Gilly and Hazel. I'll pack those and get those off today. I've also got, 10-ish eBay orders to pack. Then I need to go and drop them off, and at least one of them needs to go to the post office. So I'm going to go to Spilsby. I need to go to the doctor's surgery. I need to pick up Darren's prescription, and the doctors have been trying to ring me and I've just not been able to answer the phone when they've rung, and then I've tried ringing back, and then the queue at the on the reception thing is like too long. I haven't got the patience for that. And the signal keeps dropping out all the time. So I'm going to pop in. I've got a feeling it's about, I'd reordered my migraine tablets, and I have a feeling it'll have something to do with that. So we'll see. So that's that. So that involves taking the parcels, packing the parcels. So that's quite a lot of time going to be spent doing that. And then I want to show you the new stock that came in for my website, because I think it's really, really nice, and I'm hoping that you'll like it too. But I'll do that later. Right, first things first. I'm in my pyjamas, by the way. This is the joy of working from home. I'm going to stay in my pyjamas until I've packed all the parcels, because it's comfy and it's easy. I can get on the floor and wrap stuff and things, and I don't need to worry about being uncomfortable. So first things first, go find all the stock that I need to pack. I'll show you what's going out, and then get on with the day. Come on, it's getting on. 10 to 8 now. I thought I'd better show you the sky first. Bit of sky appreciation, especially for those who don't have a view of the sky, because I know how that feels. 20 years, 20 years of living in our old home, and we didn't have these kind of views of the sky, and so look at that, stunning. Here's Dave, zonked out. He's had a good few runarounds this morning. You right? How you feeling? You're a superstar, aren't you? Here are my orders to pack. I've got a couple of pairs of boots, one there, a couple of pairs of long johns, some gaiters, a book, Royal Navy Day by Day, a couple of tins, this sort of cute like book shaped one. That's nice, isn't it? And then this one, I love this. Look, ooh, don't throw it on the ground. Here we go. You see it? It's like a peacock in a tree. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. A Denby coffee pot. A little planter. Always sell these if I get them in and get them listed. They sell pretty well. There's my few sort of... Ooh! Nearly dropped the phone. Don't know what I did then. As I dropped it, I pressed a button and it changed the settings. And I couldn't work out what I'd done. Yeah, a few web orders there to go out. And then, can you remember me showing you this book? Darren listed it on an auction, and it ended up going for about £50. So, bonus there. I realised when I watched my video back, when I was editing it last time, that it seems a lot lighter when you watch it through there than it is in the actual room, because it's actually quite dark, but whatever the iPhone does, it brightens up the room. So that's good and bad. It's good because it makes it brighter. It's bad because it sounds like I'm lying. I'm not lying to you, it's dark. Okay, I'm going to get on with packing some orders. I've also just now messaged my friend who makes the wax melts, because I need to stock up, because you lot have been buying wax melts over the last week or so, and I don't blame you, because they're flipping lovely. Right, I'm going to get on with packing some orders. Right, it is about 10 o'clock. All my parcels are packed. I've got dressed. I've not brushed my hair yet, so I'll sort that out. I'm going to put a little bit of makeup on just to make me feel a bit more, you know, with it. I need to go through my makeup and maybe look about what I need to get. Oh yeah, which reminds me, thank you to Mary who ordered on my Avon. There's a link to Avon in the description box, and I just earn a tiny bit of commission if you use it when you're going to go and do your orders, and everything's done exactly the same. Just means I earn a tiny bit of commission, and it's much appreciated. So yeah, I might have a little look on there myself, top up on some bits and bobs. Darren's warming the car up for me because it is icy out there today. And then I'm gonna get off. I've got to drop my parcels off. I'm gonna go to Burgh, to the little garage there, drop my parcels off because I always appreciate them. They save me all their boxes and stuff, so that's always appreciated. So I will go there first and then drive to Spilsby because I want to go to the doctor's surgery for a prescription for Darren and to see what they've been trying to ring me about. So hopefully the receptionist will be able to tell me. And I've got to go to the post office. And I might, depends what it's like, pop in the charity shops there. Although the charity shops there are very expensive, but I might just do that. Looks lovely, but it's blooming cold. So I've picked up my prescription, no, not my prescription, Darren's prescription, and made a doctor's appointment because they can't prescribe me the sumatriptan until I've had a doctor's appointment. So I've got that booked for Friday. Now I'm making my way to the post office, and if I've got time, if there isn't too much of a queue, I'm going to pop in the charity shops and see what I can find. You can see I'm back in my car. The first charity shop I went into was tiny and busy and didn't really have very much of any interest. The second charity shop I went in was big, but there was like 6 members of staff. Some of the pricing is just £10 for Pendelphin figures. £10. Well, good luck to them. Mind you, they are the shop where I saw last year them trying to sell Wade Whimsies at £8 each. So good luck. Let's hope they can sell them. And then the final charity shop was really busy. It almost looks like a hoarder's house. Everything's just randomly stacked. You pick one thing up and everything falls. You know, like you've got china bowls and then a book and then some plastic toy, and then nothing's organised. But I did buy something from there, but I'll show you that in a bit. But all a bit chaotic. So yeah. But I'm back in the car and I am going to go home. See how Darren and the dogs are getting on. I'm home. I'm having a peppermint tea. I've got Dave on my lap. Don't think, can you see him there? Benji's there. Eddie's there. And Jenny's in the kitchen whining because Darren's gone outside. Our next door, I've got a lot of like big elder and ivy that's sort of overgrowing ours a bit, and he's tackling that at the moment. So he's kind of on the driveway. They can't be out with him. So hopefully they'll settle down in a bit. I'll show you what I picked up from the charity shop, and I'll also show you, I've ordered a few bits on Vinted just as an experiment really, because you know me, I haven't ordered much on Vinted. Some vintagey kind of bits. So let's see, unpack that and see what that's like. I was showing you, I've showed you these several times now, my watercolour metallic ones, and I was doing a bit of painting the other night, some toadstools. You know me, I like a theme, so I've gone for a theme. And as I was painting them, the colours weren't what I expected them to be. So I did what I said I was going to do and made a colour chart of the different ones. So that one on the thing looks very green, but when you paint it, it looks very black, and then it dries, you can see a bit more green in it. And then these are the pearlescent ones at the bottom, which all just look like beigey colours until the sun catches them, and then you can see, can you see that's really coming out like a green, and that's coming out pink? Can you see that? But when you're looking at them straight on, you don't see those colours. It's just when the light catches them. So that's going to be handy for me to see how they're going to dry when I'm painting them. But yeah, I was quite pleased. I didn't like this when it was just a drawing, but I don't like the colours that I've done on that. But I'm pleased with these two. So I will be doing some more doodling over the next week or so when I get a chance. Right, I'm going to have my cup of tea, and then we'll have a look at this stuff that I bought and the stuff that came from Vinted. So the only things that I picked out from the charity shops today, some brass owls. I thought these were kind of cool. They're quite heavy. They're not totally solid, as in they've got a hole in there, hollow inside. Excuse Jenny. But they are very heavy. So I'm going to give those to Darren to see if he can work his magic on those and get some of the tarnish off. And then I've got a cute little one, like that, real mid-century. Again, and you can see quite a bit of tarnish on there. So I'm hoping Darren can clean that up a bit. But they were the pickups from today. And now the Vinted lot, I'm going to unpack. Jenny's screaming for Darren. I just ignore her, but the problem is she unsettles all the other dogs. They'd settle down and go to sleep, but because she's screaming, they think there's something happening. And she's just being a drama queen. So I ordered a little bundle of 5 things from the same seller. So it just came in one parcel. Very well packed, I will say. I'll be leaving them some good feedback once I get into it all. So the first thing was this box. Look, it's like a dyed rattan box full of coasters. But they're all in this greeny blue colour, which is lovely. And you've got a whole stack of them. How many's there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's a good amount, isn't it? Little coasters there in a box. I think they're really nice. And you can store them away when you're not using them. So that was the first thing. And then I have bought these with the idea of reselling. So they may make their way onto the website if you're interested. It's very well packed. Can you see what it is? It's one of those Chinese fans, but in the box with the glass top. And when you go inside, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look how delicate it is. And then it's got this silk tassel as well. So pretty. Makes a really nice display on a shelf. You know, if you have it at the back of a shelf, and then you can have some Japanesey bits or Chinesey bits in front. Okay, so that's the second thing. It's one of these smoke grey glass boxes, like a trinket box. But isn't that lovely? I love that smoked grey colour. I was a bit concerned that that'd get broken on the way here, but it hasn't at all. Isn't that lovely? Keep your treasures in there. That's really pretty. Just that. Then there was these. They are cards for learning the flags, you know, for shipping. Flag code flag cards. So you can learn all the shipping things. My vessel is stopped and making no way through the water. There you go. What's that one? You should stop your vessel instantly. That one. I require a tug. That one. I just think they're cool. Imagine having to learn all these flags. There's so many. Isn't that the Japanese flag? Doesn't tell me what that means. That just says one. Anyway, those will probably make their way onto eBay. Unless you message me and say you need to know the flags. You need to learn the flags. And then the final thing I just thought was so cute. Excuse me. How cute is this? It's like a handmade Pinocchio. Bear with. Okay, so I think this one needs restringing because the strings are a bit too short. His legs are like bent like that. But look at his face. Isn't that lovely? So gorgeous. And even the way the paint's sort of worn off a bit in places. I just think he's really, really gorgeous. So yeah, that'll be a little project. Putting some new strings on him. But yeah, like that very much. Okay, I've got in front of me some really lovely products that I have purchased to sell on my website, and I hope that you're going to like them too. This was a contact that I got through Bex, my friend Bex, who does craft and makers markets. She makes silver jewellery and sells it in craft markets all over sort of Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire, Derbyshire, that kind of thing. I'll put a link to Bex's Instagram in the description box below. If you go along and follow Bex, you'll see where she's trading. Often she does like vegan markets because she's a vegan, and her jewellery is all like twiddleable. So for people who like to fiddle on their jewellery, they've all got moving parts and things. So it's really lovely stuff. So if you could follow Bex for starters. And then Bex gave me this contact of a lady who's actually Lincolnshire based, so that's perfect, local to me. And she produces body products, scents and bath products and things like that. And I've picked out a collection to offer to you on my website. And I can honestly say they smell incredible. I'm hoping that the dishwasher has stopped beeping, but you know what that dishwasher's like. It's going to catch me out. Okay, shall we start? Shall we start with these lovely products? Okay, so the first one is a bath product. It's bath salts, raspberry and lime bath salts. Now, all the products here are all vegan and cruelty free, and they're all made in Lincolnshire by a small business. So this is the first one, raspberry and lime bath salts. Where I can on the website, on my website, I've put as information and what the fragrances are and how you use them and stuff like that. I've tried to put that on my website as much as possible. But yeah, so this is a 50-gram little sachet. The idea is that you can test it out. She does some bigger ones on her own website, and she provides them to sell, you know, for other companies as well. But I thought this was ideal. You can use the whole lot in one go if you want, but you can have a couple, 2 or 3 baths out of that. Just depends on how strong you like your fragrances in your bath. So raspberry and lime bath salts, and that's £2 per sachet. And the lavender essential oil bath fizz. And again, that's 50 grams and that's £2 as well. So imagine that before you go to bed at night, a bit of lavender oil, essential oil bath fizz. Lovely. Ignore Jenny. And the next product is this. It's a small aluminium tin of Soothe hand and body cream. It smells incredible. Again, it's got essential oils in it. A blend of lavender, tea tree and frankincense essential oils. Yeah, that smells absolutely beautiful. And it's in this perfect little tin that you can put in your handbag. Sorry, that's beautiful. And these little tins are £4. So a lovely little, special little hand cream to carry around with you at all times. Can you imagine if you're traveling and you just want something? I always like a really nice hand cream if I'm traveling because I get really dry skin. And you put a bit of hand cream on it, and it almost feels like your whole body's freshened up just because you've got a lovely aroma on your hands. So next is the bedtime pillow mist. So this is a bit like the Avon one that they do, and that's really, really popular. So this is a very similar product. It's bedtime pillow mist, lavender essential oil. And again, it's in an aluminium thing, so you can recycle the bottle. Gently scented with lavender essential oil to aid rest and relaxation. And that one is pillow spray. £5 for that one. So that's that. And then I've got two products that sort of go together. You can use them separately or together. The first one is magnesium balm. Now, magnesium's got all sorts of properties that are helpful. And they always say that women, especially women of our age, need to be taking more magnesium. And this smells amazing. Let me see if I can find the information about it. So yeah, so you can put some of this on the base of your feet to help you sleep. You can put it on joints and muscles to help with muscle aches and things like that. And again, it just smells incredible. I've put more information on my website, so if you want to have a little look, the benefits of that, that's £10. And I'd say everything's vegan and cruelty free. And then we've also got, alongside that, a magnesium body spray, and you get the same sort of benefits, but this is actually a stronger concentration, so you should feel a bigger benefit from it. And it's really, really popular. These two together are like a power couple. I have got 16 of these gorgeous fragrances to add to my website. So they're all in these 10 ml tubes. They've got this amber glass, helps them keep the fragrance fresh. Perfect handbag size, but because of their intense nature of the scents, they go a long way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different perfumes. Some are called perfumes, some are called eau de perfume. I don't know the difference, sorry. And then I'll give you the scent notes and what it's supposed to smell similar to. When I get to the one that I tried the other day and fell absolutely in love with, I will let you know. Okay, so the first one on the list is called Yes Perfume. It's similar to a Giorgio Armani one called CSI, Rose de May, Freesia and black currant liqueur. So that is called Yes. And then the next one, I'm just trying to keep things together so I don't mix things up too much, is Sage and Waves Intense Eau de Perfume. Wood Sage and Sea Salt is the one that it is similar to by Jo Malone. Sage, citrus fruit, oud, sea salt, musk, amber and cedarwood. That sounds blummin' lovely. I like the sound of that a lot. What's your favourite fragrances? I've got quite a few, but I love Freesia. I love the sort of woody ones, but I also love Neroli and jasmine, and just too many, isn't there? Right, where am I up to? Right, I'm looking for the next one, which is called Sacred Spice. Sacred Spice. Frankincense and Allspice by Molten Brown. Citrus, ginger, allspice, frankincense, cumin, soft herbs, patchouli, vetiver, amyris. No idea what vetiver is like. And then the next one is called Paradoxa. This one. And that is similar to Paradox by Prada. Sweet fruit, white florals, vanilla, amber, musk, and benzoin. Not sure. But the actual Paradox by Prada is £105. Nomad Ombre. Seen that one. There we go. You see it? And that one is by Louis Vuitton, Ombre Nomade, maybe. Sorry, I need a French accent for this. Citrus, berries, bergamot, rose, jasmine, violet, spices, oud, patchouli, amber, vanilla, and musk. I love bergamot. I love jasmine. Oud's pretty good as well, and I love citrus smells, so there's a whole load of nice stuff in that one. And then I have Misplaced Cherry, which is along the lines of Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. And that one is sour cherry, almond liqueur, plum, rose, jasmine, tonka bean, vanilla, and precious woods. Sounds good, doesn't it? Tom Ford ones are nice. Midnight Orchid. Can you guess what any of these are before I tell you what they're supposed to be similar to? Midnight Orchid. That one is similar to Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Black Truffle, Patchouli, Ylang Ylang, Bergamot, and Blackcurrant. This next one has always been my my favourite perfume. In fact, I've got a big bottle of it there. I do save it for special. I shouldn't, should I? But J'adore. J'adore. So this is similar to the J'adore by Christian Dior. It's bergamot, mandarin, peach, magnolia, violet, freesia, jasmine, lily of the valley, vanilla, and musk. So I've never actually looked what scents are in the J'adore one, but it's interesting because it's that bergamot, freesia, jasmine, which are all ones that I know that I like. So yeah, J'adore, and I know that's expensive. £107 for a bottle of perfume now. And as I say, these are all £10. And they may not be exactly like it, but they're similar too. The next one is Innovation, which is similar to Imagination by Louis Vuitton. Okay, Innovation by Louis Vuitton. And that one is a citrus, spicy ginger, cinnamon, neroli, black tea, amber, frankincense, balsamic woods. That sounds good, doesn't it? That does sound good. Now, this next one, it's the one that I tested and absolutely loved. What I did was I looked at the scent tones and thought, oh, I wonder which one I'll like the sound of. And I'll try, because if you do too many, you're just going to be overwhelmed by it, aren't you? So I just tested this one, and it is incredible. And I let Darren have a sniff as well, and he really liked it as well. So this one's classed as like a unisex one. So it's called Italian Neroli, and it's based around the Neroli Portofino, which is a Tom Ford one. And that the scent tones are myrtle, lavender, bitter orange, lemon, rosemary, mandarin, bergamot, neroli, jasmine, African orange flower, angelica, ambrette and amber. 220 quid. I've got expensive taste. That's the most expensive one. I hadn't noticed that. Really lovely. I had a little Marks and Spencer's set with some little perfumes in, and they were really, really nice, but they didn't last very long. But there was one that had neroli something or other, and that was so nice. I loved it, and that's what made me look at that one, because it reminded me that I'd liked the neroli one. I could sense dogs snoring. I've got 3 snoring dogs behind me. There's 2, and there's the other one. I've chucked Jenny out in the garden. So, right, Greek goddess. Any ideas? This is based on a Paco Rabanne perfume called Olympia, and that one is sea salt and vanilla. That sounds nice and simple, doesn't it? Oh, I'm looking forward to just having a good smell of that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and smell just 1 or 2, and then make my mind up. Almost do like a, which one do I prefer? This one or this one? And then cut them down that way, because they're so nice. Okay, the next one is called Extraterrestrial, and it's based on Alien by Mugler. Probably pronouncing everything wrong, because I'm not a perfume or a fashion brand type of a person. Jasmine, sambac, cashmere and wood, white amber. It'd be interesting to hear from you in the comments which ones stand out to you as the ones that you'd be interested in trying. Which scents would you look out for that make you think? Like I think neroli. What would be your initial one? And then I've got Dark Opium, which is based on Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. And that has got pink pepper, orange blossom, pear orchid, coffee, amber, patchouli, vanilla and cedar. Sounds lovely too. And the final one is called Cypress Vineyard. That one. Which is based on Cypress and Grapevine by Jo Malone. I know the Jo Malone perfumes are all really popular, aren't they? So there was a couple of Jo Malone ones there. There was the Sage and Waves, which is based on wood, sage and sea salt. And then that one, the Cypress and Grapevine one. What do you think? Are you interested in trying it out? I'm going to get these on my website and see how popular they are. She has got all different products in her range, but I've had to pick out things that fit size-wise and things that I think that you'll enjoy. Let me know. Why are you harassing me? One of them's brought all mud into my office. It's all over the carpet. One of these is insisting on more attention. Can you guess which one it is? Eddie and Dave are down there, quite content. and Jenny's outside with Darren. But this one is telling me that he's not had enough cuddles today. So we're having some cuddles, but I don't think he's impressed that I'm trying to multitask. He feels like I should be focused on the job. Anyway, I am going to work on getting these fragrances and bath fizz and bath salts and the magnesium spray and everything listed on my website. I hope that it's something that will interest you. I'd love to hear your favourite perfumes, because if these go well, I can always ask the lady if she does, you know, alternatives to your favourites as well. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I might put a couple of those bits on that I got from that Vinted haul as well. So if there was anything there that was interesting to you, have a little look on my website. And then I better give Benji some love and attention, because he's all forlorn. He's not had enough love. Dave's doing really well. Really, really well. When we brought him back, Ed was acting really peculiar. I think maybe he could smell like the medication or something on him, and he was being really odd with him, but he's calmed down as well now, so that's good. Yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this random video. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really does help. If you can't think of anything that you want to say, leaving just a emoji really makes a difference. But I'd really love to hear what you think about the different scents and that. Darren will get a video out soon, but he's just not been able to do the stuff in the garden that he's wanted to, because it's been so cold or wet, one or the other. It seems to go from really cold to really wet. Yeah, and I'm hoping to do a little bit more painting when I get time. So we've got busy, aren't we? Yeah, busy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care, stay safe. Right, if my stomach will start making noises for long enough, they come in a wooden box. That dishwasher, I swear, has been beeping for about 3/4 of an hour. I am gonna lose my mind. Okay, so I'm on take 3074. 1, because Jenny wouldn't stop screaming. 2, because my dishwasher won't stop beeping. 3, because I have 3 male dogs, so you can't take your eye off them for a minute, otherwise they will do things that you don't want them to do. And also because my brain malfunctions. So shall we try again? Let's try again.